This is the pinnacle of smartphone technology, the iPhone 16 Pro, coming to you at $1,000. And this is the Nothing 3A. Unique design, AI features, a dedicated AI button, 5000 mAh battery, all for $350. So here's the question. Do you need to break the bank to achieve your smartphone dreams, or can a phone that costs a fraction of the price supply you with everything you need from a flagship? I've lived with both of these phones for the past few weeks and I've come up with an answer. Let's take a look at the design. You could say that the transparent back and the glyph lighting is a gimmick, but if you look at all their devices in the lineup, they share the same universal design lingo. You could use the lights if you wanted to, but even if you didn't, it's there. It's nothing. That's them. And that's what they do. On top of that, we actually like the design. The transparent back, flat rails, and camera unit are fun to look at. Holding both of these devices in my hand is quite pleasurable and fun. However, you do feel there is a bit more quality in the iPhone. How about the display? Nothing have been very generous, offering 3000 nits, 120 Hz of refresh rate, and also 6.77 inches of AMOLED. It's a really big display, bright, vibrant, and it offers great contrast. The bezels are slightly large, however they do disappear due to the size. You don't really notice that on a daily basis. It's just a fantastic display for the price. Now with the iPhone and its display, the XDR LTPO OLED display is a banger. It has better stats in terms of pixel density, and because I'm using them side by side and I can use that as a contrast, I can see the discrepancy. The funny thing is, you do have 1000 nits more on the 3A compared to the iPhone 16 Pro. However, when I was viewing it outside, I found it easier to see the iPhone screen than the Nothing 3A. However, it is brighter on paper. Processing and speed. Here are both phones' stats. In terms of max output, the iPhone 16 Pro smashes the living daylights out of the 3A. However, in day-to-day use, opening applications and scrolling, I haven't seen any hiccups and they feel identical. However, if you do get to some high-end gaming where refresh rate is important, definitely you're going to experience a smoother and also less toasty when it comes to warming up of the device experience on the iPhone 16 Pro. If you're looking to game on a regular basis and gaming is your priority, the Nothing 3A might not be the best for you. However, if you just enjoy a spot of Genshin every now and then, it's going to be fine and it will be a nice experience and smooth sailing all around. Now, here is where things get really interesting. The Nothing skin is one of the softest and smoothest skins out there. Sure, it has its bits and bobs and little details here and there, but it is minimalistic and out of the way, just how we like it. Personally, I love Apple's interface. It's uncluttered, cohesive, and a lot of attention to detail. Anything from opening and closing apps and the animations, which really gives an impactful yet subtle experience. Nothing have done a similar thing with some of their haptics animations and sounds. When you close the screen, it just gets sucked into the button at the side and makes a very sweet sound. And actually, all the sounds are very well designed. It matches the visual design from Nothing, which is really something nice and shows the amount of detail-oriented work that's been done in terms of haptics and sounds. In terms of software support and updates, you get 3 years on the 3A and you get up to 7 years on the iPhone 16 Pro. Now, 50% difference seems like a huge discrepancy, but for the price and also for how often people upgrade on a regular basis, it's not too bad. AI is a hot topic in all kinds of places, especially in the smartphone world. Both have given their own spin on it. You get Essential Space on the 3A, and you get Siri with AI on the iPhone 16 Pro. Personally, I don't use heavy AI features on a daily basis, but I do like the notification summary. It's one thing that I use often on the iPhone. The feature that I use more often on the 3A is Essential Space. You can quick save a photo and summarize some notes that are on your mind. Essentially, I've used both of these phones. One phone has prioritized AI to a higher degree, but I feel exactly the same usefulness from both of these devices, and I've used them and tried to use their AI features. In terms of videography and photography, these have quite a massive difference in stature on paper and also how they interpret pictures. There is definitely more processing that happens on the Nothing 3A. There is less quality in the shot, however, they have interpreted light and the picture in a way that would be pleasing to most. In our opinion, I think their color balance is pretty good, whereas in terms of the Apple, it's a little bit blown out in most situations. However, in terms of retaining good detail, the iPhone does a great job. If you pixel peep, zoom in, there is more detail retained on the iPhone shot. However, we do like the color balance effect of processing that occurs on the 3A. When we compare the selfie, there is some blowout, however there is also detail that is captured in a higher level, but I do like the color balance. It's more ready for a post than the iPhone 16. This is the Nothing 3A's video. What do you guys think? Should we change our camera for the $350 Nothing 3A, or should we keep our standard camera in studio? Let us know. Do you love it or hate it? Alright, this is the iPhone 16 Pro video. What do you guys think? Like it, hate it? Is it worth 3 times more? Is it worth $1,000 even? Tell us what you guys think. This is an audio with the Nothing phone. What do you guys think? Do I sound as crisp and clear as $350 should suggest? Or does the $1,000 iPhone 16 Pro do a better job at capturing visual selfie effects? Getting on to the battery, the 5000 mAh beast stuffed into this one definitely plugs on fantastically. I get through a full day without any problems whatsoever, oftentimes making it to the end of that day with 40% and more. Getting on to the charging aspect of things, it has 50 watts wired charging. That's not the highest end, but it is fairly decent and has twice as much as an iPhone 16 Pro. That gets it up to 50% in 19 minutes compared to the iPhone 16 Pro where it's 50% in 30. You don't get stuff like wireless charging, however that's a small price to pay. For the money, it's a banger of a project, it's a banger of a device, and it absolutely does the business in terms of buck value for charge. So let's wrap this up with my conclusion. I absolutely love the Nothing Phone 3A. I think it's a fantastic phone for what it is, for the money. It's a brilliant proposition. This thing is also exciting. I mean, it's like what Apple was when it just came out. It's really, really cool. The design package, the transparency, the glyphs. I think most people will be absolutely satisfied from the design to the internals. $350 gets you a lot. Perhaps it doesn't get you everything in every factor as a premium flagship, but it gets you damn close. Really impressed with it and I loved it. What do you guys think? That's my verdict on the Nothing 3A. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. And if you liked the video, smash the like button, hit subscribe, ding notifications bell, and until next time, we'll catch ya.